Get a little morbid with you. Would you rather die peacefully in your bed, or would you rather die like seeing a fucking enormous comet coming to hit the
Oh,
Earth?
the comet. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. 1,000 times the other one.
I'm with you.
1,000 times the other one. Let me tell you why. All right, so I'm going to make up a scenario. You can co-sign it if you want, but the scenario is like, the asteroid's coming and it's going to like knock humanity out. If 3 months to go, I would love that. That's so much better than dying peacefully in my sleep. I get 3 months of like craziness, doing whatever the fuck I want. I get to see the coolest fireworks show of all time. I'm not going to try to be one of the privileged few to starve in the bunkers in
the Greenland tunnels.
I'm gonna get on a high mountain somewhere and I'm gonna fucking watch that shit go down. I'm gonna be drunk and high and get my dick sucked. It's gonna be great.
Just witnessing something like that would be incredible. So, like, I don't know. I think
this might work out because I'd like to be on a mountain sucking dick when it happens.
Yeah. I knew that was your greatest wish.
There's a really good movie.
Here we come.
There's a really good movie called Seeking a Friend for the End of the World with Steve Carell, where humanity knows that a comet's coming in like 3 weeks, and it just kind of examines what different people do. And it's really fucking. They go to a restaurant, and everybody there is just tripping on fucking Molly.
Loud music, just at fucking Applebee's. Everyone's with their credit cards. I would much rather die peacefully.
Oh, the economy would immediately crash, and then there would be mass hysteria if they found out. That's what would actually happen. There would be mass hysteria because there would be a run on the banks because all of a sudden there would be rapid hyperinflation. Not like, oh, bread's expensive this week. Like, I don't have any money anymore because money's not worth anything.
Why would there be a run on the banks? Because wouldn't money instantly become valueless? Like, no,
because right away the banks
would run on Walmart and Walgreens, and
because to try to preempt what is inevitable, the governments would try to freeze the money in the banks, and it would get out that they were going to freeze that money. So people would say, "They're not freezing my money. I'm going to go get it," and then there'd be a run on the banks, and they would still freeze all the money, and then the economy would crash anyway.
Would the government even be functioning at that point? Like,
no, you would have military outposts. It'd be complete mass hysteria. If everyone would melt down, who was the government fighting? It'd just be the populace at large. And what are they fighting for? Bread and TVs, probably.
And how long are those military men going to be following orders when
nobody's getting paid? It's that episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
it's that episode of Rick and Morty when he changes a 1 to a 0. That's what happens when the world ends in 3 weeks.
I do think there'd be a ton of service members that would show up and volunteer to like keep order.
No, they got families.
Maybe initially.
They got families.
Yeah,
and some of them don't have like strong family ties. You don't think that there would be people that would like be, now's my moment, I'm going to do the right thing. Like, I swear.
Or people who would see an opportunity to be like, yeah, I can be a very brief window warlord.
No.
And you'd have like splintered groups of
everybody's going home to their families, and then they're going to do what they have to do to keep their families alive and well fed and safe, which means killing each other. So it's just going to be a shit show. There's not going to be a like some military position where it's like, yeah, sir, for king and for the commander in chief and our no, red, white, and blue. It's like the whole world's going to explode in 3 weeks. You're going to go home to your mom.
Do you think that? Did you guys see the movie Greenland? By the way, it kind of
no, but I saw the end of that movie with Brad Pitt with the zombies, where they also went to Greenland. Is that Gerard
Butler? Yeah, that movie is fucking really good because they try to make it super realistic. Like, he gets like a push notification on his phone. He's like, I don't know why I was picked, and then like they gotta. Anyways, it's a really good movie. But if the comet was coming, would you fucking just full send and just do some heroin or what?
Oh yeah,
I want Molly.
I do. I would do all the drugs.
Tomorrow. I just take too much Molly.
I think I would take I think I would get on all the drugs. I think meth sometimes if you're having fun. Like if I was doing like, I don't know, if I decided I wanted to go like do some skydiving or something, I'm going to skydive on meth. All right. Like if I'm going to do an adventure shit, like if I've got a month and I'm going to die in a month, maybe I knock out a little bucket list and on there's some sort of adventure sport nonsense I want to do. Or maybe I just go on some quick vacation to Hawaii. And while I'm there, they're like, oh, you can do this thing. And I'm like, there's no way I'm not jumping the ramp over that active volcano. Sure, strap me in. So, because we're gonna die in a week anyway. So I would want to do shit like that on meth. I'd want to be like really fucking into it.
First drug for the comet coming is weed. 0% chance I'm smoking weed as the comet is coming down.
It's not gonna be chill. It's gonna be like,
no. Like when you smoke weed, you want to already be in a nice space of like relaxation. You don't want to be.
You're gonna be like, what if there's hell? Like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Don't
really
say
beat
that.
this
Don't
whole
say
life
that.
thing up.
Oh, why did you say that? Now it's in my head. Ah, what if there is hell? Oh shit,
mushrooms.
we messed up bad,
Oh,
boys.
big
Mushrooms
time.
could go real south. If,
Taylor, what can we
Have to
do?
be
You
on
know
weed
God,
at
right?
all.
You were baptized. Tell me what to do.
I'm not going to try and save you at the last
You've
minute.
been washed in the blood of the Lamb, right?
Come with
Woody,
me. I'll get you to
Woody,
the
weren't you a
kingdom.
carpenter?
Oh,
Oh, that
I need
would-
an ark, Woody, fast.
Yeah, life would get bananas with a
A
comment
fireproof
announcement.
ark.
And then, but that NASA would do their shit where they're like, a comet is whizzing by, a razor's edge from our solar or from our planet, and then you like click on the article, and the 9th paragraph is like a mere 2 trillion miles away, which in the space of space is actually right next door. And it's like, shut up, fuck you for that. Like that's so
Trillion's
fake.
a
It's
lot.
closer than
Yeah.
that.
It's
I
like
think
they
one
got
of-
me like in 2008 where they're like life on Mars discovered, and I'm like, oh. Click
so
on it,
often
and they're
there's
like,
still
there
one, though.
could be. This looks like it could have been a shape made by
You're so hung up
Terra,
on that
whatever.
one thing. I feel like you must have gone to school.
'Cause
and
they
been
got
like,
me.
Right here, there's life on Mars. Everybody know. And somebody was like, no, there's not, idiot. And like everybody laughed. You bring that up every time when you shit on NASA. You're like, they got me that one time in 2008. Never again.
They
I'll
got
never
me.
believe
I was
science.
because I was excited to see the news, and then I felt so foolish when I opened it up and read it and was like, oh, so they fibbed to me.
What's your money on for the apocalypse? Super volcano comment? What do you think?
Oh, like what do you mean? Like how humanity ends?
Yeah.
I don't think we do. I think we'll be. I think we got this.
You think we're going to be a
Um,
multiplanetary species?
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
Eventually, I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can be in the next 100 years, 150 years, or something like that at our current
I
pace.
don't know about that.
How are we going to terraform? Are you talking about terraforming Mars?
No,
or what do you mean?
okay, no, I don't know. Now terraforming. So look,
Yeah, that's
feel-
true. Mars sucks.
if you look at where we were and how recent the Industrial Revolution was, or even better, like if you look, we just figured out flight like 120 years ago or something like that, and now we're doing crazy shit. If we could stay on a similar arc, like I feel like the technologies required to go to another star system seem so far beyond us. But then, like those people who didn't believe in flight, like a space shuttle would be just as far beyond their comprehension as well.
The only thing that kind of makes sense. The only thing that kind of makes sense is the solar sails, because the problem with like traveling to another system is fuel. Like the nearest system, I think, is like 60,000 light years away. So if we can figure out,
you got to pick a good one though, right? When you get there, it's got to work. What
right?
if you ever go out to dinner and the restaurant's closed when you get there? But oh wait, we only had exactly enough gas to get here, and there's no oxygen anymore.
Yeah, and they have to live it out back.
Yeah, like now we have to live at a rundown Outback Steakhouse that's been closed for 6 months.
Yeah, I think
your
we're
mother
I don't
doesn't
think we're
want to
gonna
use
pull it off.
Waze like an adult.
There's an interesting moral thing going on here where you have these multi-generational spaceships to go to a planet that might be habitable. So it's a spaceship, you're on it, you know that you're not getting there, but your grandkids will. But you've signed up your children and your grandchildren for a mission that they didn't consent to. Like this is a life that they might not have
We all
wanted.
do.
Yeah,
Well,
and there
every
could be a
human has-
riot.
Every
And-
human signs their kid up for a mission that they didn't ask for, and that mission is going to vary. Look, people all over
Okay.
the earth have it hard and are born into scary shit. It's the way of humanity. The way the generational ship should work, in my opinion, is you've got AI running the whole thing. Everybody is in vitro. They're fucking embryos that are going
Like
to be thawed
Prometheus.
out like Prometheus, exactly like Prometheus. Except there's no human. You can't freeze people.
Wait,
you
where's
have
the
to-
wisdom come from if everyone's
From
a
the
baby?
AI. From the AI.
So the baby just learned from the AI as they grow.
Yeah, you'll have AI that
Be a
teaches the baby.
generation of fucking weirdos.
Oh, that's like the
Yeah.
HBO. What was it?
The
HBO?
SSD cell.
No, we'll give them the full Netflix catalog, so they'll
They're
be
all
able
going to be
expose
autistic.
culture.
The new planet is going to be nothing but train sets as far as the eye can see.
But there'll
Dude,
be
let's not make
people.
fun of train sets. This is my next hobby, I think.
No, they do people.
I pray you
And-
did the train
And
set.
that way you could like maybe get it to work if you knew where you were going and it was going to work. Other than that, though, like I'm not even talking about. I feel like traveling so slow is just silly. Like you've got to figure out another way to go. You got to figure out that thing where you like fold space and stick that pencil through that piece of paper. You know, you've got to figure that out.
What if we can
anything else
shrink
is silly.
people and make the Earth seem bigger?
That's the premise of a movie with
Honey, I
not
Shrunk
Mark.
the Kids. I'm familiar. I'm
No,
thinking of the
well, that was an
Clowns.
accident.
The Matt Damon one. The Matt Damon one. Or
Matt Damon
downsizing.
one.
Yeah.
Downsizing. So
Oh,
if you
damn.
think about it, basically you pay this company and they shrink you down and put you in this tiny little paradise because it's cheap to make a tiny paradise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little pool.
tiny mansions, tiny
okay.
sports car, tiny beachfront property, and so you know, your money goes a long way if you're tiny in the tiny world. I've never seen the movie. I felt like once I knew the premise, I'd seen the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's probably not a lot more to it. I don't know though. Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Add that to the list of movies I have not seen.
But yeah, I don't think we're going to another star system until we figure out another way of going that doesn't involve just like firing up some engines. I don't care if it's plasma or some sort of compressed gas or solar cells. If you're not going faster than the speed of light, faster than it, then you're not getting it.
It's also a funding
Way
problem.
faster.
It's also a funding problem because like how are you gonna summon the political will to like raise funds for like you know, like what Woody said, where you're sending like a fleet of 300 ships to like different systems or whatever that may or may not get there. It's like, well, you know, we're spending trillions of dollars on this with like we're not getting anything from
no
it.
guarantee of a payoff even for the people on the ship.
You would have had to that's again why, like, if the goal just simply isn't colonization because this planet's going to fail, like if you can see the writing on the wall that like, look, the seas have become acidic. The algae doesn't process CO2 anymore. Like we're a dead planet. Like we'll never completely go extinct, but the idea of supporting more than 1 million humans, not on this rock. Like if that kind of writing's on the wall, then maybe they do that generational to another place with embryos.
That seems almost sci-fi, but I know what you mean with like stuff we have right now seeming like sci-fi 100 years ago. But like as insurmountable as terraforming Mars is, like it seems more insurmountable to find maybe a marginally better Mars a billion zillion light years away.
Well, we're gonna have the telescopes are gonna get better, I think. So like maybe in 100 years we can have like fucking 4K images of you know that system over there. And it's like
can we even see it accurately? They always say like that light from a star is like
you'd be
so
seeing
old.
like
it's like you're
10,000 years ago or whatever.
It's like, oh, this planet rocked an eon ago. Let's fingers crossed. Hope it's still
that's how it works. You're looking at the light that left that object however far away it is in light years.
So it's a risk no matter what you do.
But with that James Webb telescope, they can look at planets and based on the light that's coming off and what color they are, they can detect elements. They can because different elements are illuminated at different wavelengths. And they can see that there's planets with CO2 and oxygen and water. They can't tell like what's going on. And again, it has to be more than that, right? Like that's not enough. Like we act like Mars, if it just had air, would be okay. I don't think it has an iron core. I don't think it has like that magnetic field that shields it from radiation. I don't think it has like
we could. I don't think we could even make the moon nice.
Create like making fun of creationists is fun, but my God, this place is kind of perfect. There's a lot of shit going right for this place to work so well for us.
Do you guys ever stop and think, I think that there's probably life elsewhere in the universe. That's just my opinion. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Okay.
No.
So like, imagine you don't think so?
People out there.
No,
there's people out there like us.
Well, it could consider like if there is, consider how astronomically lucky you got to be born a human being on this planet. First of all, you could have been born a fly. You could have been born a lemur, which that would be kind of cool. You could have been born like a single cell organism or something like that on any number of infinite planets or whatever. But you were born here at arguably the most interesting time in human history.
So you
where
say
we're on
that
the cusp of
you say that, but there's some otter people somewhere that live for 450,000 years, and because you know what I mean, and they
orgasming, and
because they live that long, they're like, it's a long trip, but we don't get bored partying and fucking doing otter shit. Let's go. Their spaceship is just like a brook that runs. They just chilling all the time.
I think we might be the only thing out there. Everything else in space looks terrible.
I believe
looks totally inhospitable, vacuum of nonsense.
There's nothing there because there's no sign there's anything there, right? Like the humanity is what 150 years from inventing. Is it a von Neumann machine, something close to that?
The replicating probes, von Neumann devices.
Right. You build a probe that can land on some place with the materials to build the next probe. It does that. It self-replicates. Now you've got 2-3 of them. They go to another place. They multiply all over the place. It wouldn't take too many hundreds of years before these things are all over, casting a huge web of communication and just in exploration. Yet it's not there. So what? We're alone. That's it. We're gonna
come on. You know the answer to that. To that one is easily the dark forest, right? You love 3-body problem. You know it's the dark forest. By the way, like getting past this topic just slightly. The 3-body problem is that Chinese trio of novels that I believe.
Wait, don't spoil it because there's a Netflix thing coming. So
I won't spoil anything.
I don't think.
I know everything though.
Okay.
So I think they're really going to drop the ball. And let me just say this: knowing what I know about the story, I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't want to get into it. Like I don't like the story. Is what I would say. I don't think it's a good story. And I know the whole story, and I don't like the story. And I don't want to see a show about it. And here's the other thing. They're going to get eaten alive if there's not like 90% Asian cast. You know what I mean? Like people are going to give them so much shit for replacing all the Asian people, frankly Chinese people, with white people. This is Xi Jinping's social arm losing again. I remember someone said something about him finding out about Kung Fu Panda and what a global hit it is, and him be like, wait a minute. It's 2 of our national things. This would be, and the Americans made it. Great. Who dropped the fucking ball? A Kung Fu Panda, and it's an American cartoon. And how much money did it make?
What's the concept called where it's like the reason why we haven't seen the Fermi paradox, the reason why we haven't seen aliens is because there's just natural limitations in place. Is it like the Great Net or something like that? The filter, yeah.
And there's lots of filters, right? And that would prevent you. You know, there's lots of filters you have to get through to become some sort of galaxy faring race who's traveling around.
We know
and
so much less than we think we do.
And energy and fuel is like the big. That's the big thing.
I don't think I know much.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, it's just common sense. Some of it, like you don't have to like travel the stars to understand like just how it has to go. Like if you're going to become a spacefaring,
like we don't understand like even physics on scales as big as the cosmos.
I think I don't understand physics on scales as big as the cosmos. I think there's some people who have a pretty firm grasp on it, though. Irregularities aside, although this isn't a spoiler, they talk about multiple dimensions in the 3-body problem, and I found it interesting that they were like, sounds a lot like dark matter, doesn't it? And it's like, oh, I was like, it does sound like dark matter. Like maybe there's lower dimensions that are invisible but still have gravity. Would be the idea.
I'm interested in what Netflix does with 3-body problems.
So